Hi, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of I Live for This Review with Trinity the Tuck and
Chantel Sparkles.
you look gorgeous.
Thank you. I'm feeling very much into my villain fantasy
Evil queen. Yes,
vibes.
yes, I'm
The
loving
gorgeous too.
it.
It's very soft and subtle, very demure and mindful.
Well, I was trying to give a little your daughter tease with this makeup, but girl, graphic liner is not easy to do, bitch.
Oh,
Let
it's
me tell
not.
you.
But it
It,
looks good. It's very precise. It's very pristine, honey.
Yeah, but I don't think it's not Jules. I need Jules to actually paint me so I can see what I would look like as Jules.
Yeah.
But I am wearing a glitter bomb wig.
Mm. And let me tell you, I made this for her, I think back in what, April, May-ish. And she said she had this shit in a box. And I said, well, listen, that stuff is fully cured and set. You can throw this in a landfill, and 30 years later, you're still gonna find this piece. So talk
I
about
tell this to
quality.
everybody. Whenever I travel, I like your wigs because I can literally pull them out. As long as you still have to take care of them, but they're really durable when you travel. This has traveled with me a couple of places. As long as you wrap it nice and it's not being crushed,
Yeah,
you're good. Good to go, bitch. This
yeah.
isn't even glued down.
Well,
This
speaking of that, speaking of good quality, we are going to be giving away a fierce merch package. It's going to be including signed merch from all the season 17 girlies and a glitter bomb wigs custom styled unit. So it might be something like this. You never know. So
might be something like what you're wearing.
yes, I made this too. So it's make sure you like, subscribe, and comment to be entered into it. But yeah, are you excited for this episode?
I am excited. Um, It was, I love to design. I love to make things. I love a ball. I've won a ball. And it was just fun because it's unconventional materials and there's a really cool theme. I know you like this theme because you
Oh, I
love
love them
Under the
all.
Water.
Yes.
So it made me fall in love.
Yes. Well, listen, Sam has been turning the balls and representing your family, so I'm excited to see how this episode goes.
Sam loves a good balls, honey. She loves balls.
So the queens enter, and Ariete starting off right off the bat is happy from the Donk save. And the girls are just reading Susie over and over and just mad that she has double wins. What do you think of that?
I mean, in a competition when it's
She's
there's
won a lot of stuff, you know what I mean? So how did you feel when you were winning all these things?
Well, I feel like when you're in a competition, this season is a little different because I feel like we're on episode 6 and only what, 2 people have went home.
Yeah, I'm
And
over it.
on, some seasons that is halfway through, like an all-star season, girl, that's halfway through.
Yeah.
And so I can kind of see people are probably in their feelings because they're either coasting or only won one thing or they're in the bottom a lot.
Yeah.
And so when somebody has the most wins, like Susie's coming out and she's the only one with 2, she's obviously the front runner. So they're all like, ugh.
Yeah.
But, I
So,
never experienced that because I was always winning.
oh, you know who you look like right now? Especially when
Who?
you look like Kylie Sonique.
Oh, okay, bitch. I will take that.
Yeah, you really do. And
My sister, I just need to go get some work done like her, girl. I'm gonna take a picture to her doctor and be like, fill them up.
fill me up, Marvin. Fill her all up. But yeah, so then after that, the girls go to the table, where they all sit around and talk about what's next. And they ask who wants to go home, who they want to go home next. And girl, Hormona just pipes up right away and she's like, well, I want Sam to go home, which is so random. Like, do they have beef or something or what?
I don't think so. I think that, Hormona just picked the person closest to her. But the thing is Sam's already won a challenge and Hormona's already
She's
almost
coasting.
went home.
She's coasting. She's
So,
doing the same thing over and over. The judges have already told her.
right.
But,
This is
but I will say, I'm honestly really starting to like Hormona. I think she's funny. She just talks out of her ass, and it's just funny.
I really like every person on this cast. There's something about them that I really, really like. Um, there's a couple that I'm like, ugh, on certain things, but like you said with Hormona, I've really come around to her. I really like her energy and like her humor. And she's different. She's a different queen. You know, you can always pinpoint somebody is like so and so from the past, or somebody's like so and so from the past. Hormona is like an original. I don't think we've had a girl like her on the show
Yeah,
yet.
no, I totally agree. Like she just says shit. You know what I mean? Like even when she was like heading out when she got eliminated, the things that she had said was just I don't know, it was funny. It was TV gold. I love it.
Yeah. I love it too. I love it too. I'm glad that RuPaul was like, yes, you are cast. And I can see why, because she's really funny. So RuPaul comes in and announced a mini challenge is quick glory hole drag. They have 5 minutes to get in drag, girl. 5 minutes. First of all, I have gotten in drag. The
Let me tell
quickest
you,
time,
you can get in drag fast. You have a pretty face.
20 minutes is the fastest I've ever gotten into drag.
I don't think so. You've gotten in fast drag on Drag Race and you've looked fine.
Yeah, girl, I don't know. We had to do that with that swimsuit photo shoot that we had to do, girl.
Oh my gosh.
That was 15 minutes, I think. But girl, ooh,
It
ate
was
up.
not the tuck at that moment.
5 minutes though, bitch. None of them are beautiful tonight.
Girl, and they all start getting in drag and they're like, oh my God, okay. And it's the glory hole challenge. And then Norvina shows up. And girl, she is just stamped, mugged, costumed out of her mind. And the girls are just gagged because they're like, bitch, we're meeting Norvina for the first time looking like this.
I know, and she's like, you know, she's the queen of makeup. First of all, I've met Norvina. She and I talk all the time on social media. She is the sweetest, super genuine. I did a panel for her for DragCon a couple of years ago, and she paid all of us that were on the panel, and she sent a very nice gift to thank us. I don't know what other girls got, but like the gift that I got, I was gagged. Like,
Well, girl, that's probably where all the damn lipsticks are because, bitch, I try to go to Sephora and buy all the lipsticks that she sells because they're so fierce and they're always out of stock.
yeah, I love their long wear lips, the liquid lips, but
Yes, me
I
too.
love their Norvina eyeshadow palettes. But Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I'm not just saying this because they're a sponsor, really is a great makeup brand. Like their
Oh,
powders
it's the
and all that stuff.
best.
I love it. I actually don't. They're known for their brow stuff. I don't use their brow stuff. It's probably one of the only things I don't use. But like for drag, they got some killer stuff.
No, I
But
totally agree. Because, like, even for me, like, because you have already, like, pretty big lips. But for me, someone that has to overdraw their lipsticks are so good because it's so pigmented and
yeah.
it really makes the lips look big.
Mwah.
Hmm.
Um, so the glory hole challenge, girl. I think you would have excelled at this, bitch.
I tackled the house down boots because, bitch, you know me. We were just talking about how I love a good old glory hole, honey.
Yes, bitch. And RuPaul's glory hole, honey.
Listen, I was like, you know what? RuPaul and me would get along, honey. I'm gonna meet her at the glory hole.
Girl, and you know what? And that's how you get cast on RuPaul's Drag Race.
Yes, I love a hole. Any hole is the goal.
These girls are split into two groups. One team is Team Norvina, one team is RuPaul. They have to rush to the glory hole, get a lipstick, and pass it to each other and rush back. And whichever team fills up their lipstick
It's like a
pit,
tray.
yeah, the fastest wins. And so Team Ru wins, and they each get $500 from Norvina of Anastasia Beverly Hills. That's fierce.
Which I'm living. Like this whole season, they've been giving out money like left and right.
Girl, money, money, and rightfully so, girl. It costs so much to do this show, right?
It does. Drag is expensive.
Girl. Rude then announced that the Maxi challenge is the Let's Get Sea Sickening Ball.
Yes,
Uh,
queen.
There's three categories: bathing suit beauties, which is swimwear, sea creature couture, and from scratch, they have to upcycle a look made of materials found in the sea. How do you think that you would do in this challenge?
Well, girl, you already know. I sew everything for everybody. So I feel like I would pretty much succeed in this. I think that I'd probably get in my head a little bit because you know me, I'm like I have the worst self-saboteur. And I probably would be like, oh my God, what do I do? Because at this point, I feel like so many people know that we sew so good, me and Ethan, that they would expect something extravagant. So I would be like, oh my God, I have to turn this out. Almost like what Sam did with that big ball gown. It would have to be something extravagant. You know what I mean?
Well, this is my advice to you and anybody watching. I would do what Jules did, which is practice a silhouette before you go that you know you can nail, and have a couple of those depending on what they're asking of you, that way you have it, you know what it is, you can make it right then. This is a little different because it is
You
an
never know what you're going to
unconventional.
get.
Yeah, it's an unconventional challenge, so some of the stuff may not be sewn. But the great thing about you is you make a lot of cosplay costumes. So I
Oh, so
think
this
no
would be
matter
easy.
what, you're gonna do great. The biggest thing for you, because you do second guess yourself, is don't do that. You don't think about it. Just go with your gut and stick with your gut. Because
Girl, that's what I did too during my reign for EOY. There was so many moments where I was like, there's no time to think. You
yeah,
have to act because if
yep,
not, you're just gonna wait like waste time.
yep, exactly. So they're doing like the walkthrough, and RuPaul asks Arietti if she thinks that she should have been in the bottom. And of course, Arietti says no. Uh, Ru
Which that's
asks
good.
her,
You should never throw yourself under the bus.
you're right, delusion, honey, delusion. Ru asks her, though, if she shouldn't have been in the bottom, who should have been in the bottom. And girl, loud and proud, she says, Crystal. And it cuts to Crystal just like ate up, girl. She is just
Girl,
not happy, honey.
during the season, they're literally asking and they're just answering. They don't give a shit if the person's right next to them. They're like, I'm just gonna say what's on my mind. And I love it because this is like the TV that people have been wanting.
Yeah. Well, what I also liked is Krista was not afraid to be like, so you really thought that? And Arietti was like, well, yes.
I love it.
We find out later on during the walkthrough with Sam that Sam's godfather is Charles Barkley. And I knew this because I know Leslie, which is Sam's mom, and I
Yeah,
knew that Leslie was best friends with Charles Barkley. I've never met Charles, but I've heard a lot from them.
yeah.
But isn't that really cool?
Yeah, honestly, I didn't even know that. So when I heard that, I was like, okay, bitch, you
Yeah.
better start of
It's
the
fierce
family.
that he's like a an ally.
Yeah, it's really cool. So RuPaul announces that the special guest is Hunter Schafer, which I'm super excited for. She's been a trans ally for so many people in representation for trans people in general. Like she's done so many great things, and she's fucking stunning, girl.
Yeah.
So pretty.
She's been in Euphoria.
Yeah, Euphoria, Hunger Games. She's done a
Yeah,
lot of good things. It's really
yeah,
interesting.
a lot. She's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
Um,
So during this all though, they're getting ready for the ball and the girls are just running back and forth. Like they're,
yeah,
scrambling, they only get so much time to make these costumes.
right.
And Lexi is running back and forth in and out of outside and she goes and she notices that her piece that tarp thing that she was sewing for her costume has spray paint all over it.
Girl,
Girl,
she says, somebody ruined my costume. And girl, immediately when what I thought, and no shade to her, like I'm not trying to make fun of her. I just thought it was really funny that she said that way because it's just a tarp. It's not
yeah,
even a costume like yet. You know, it's
yeah.
like it's literally a tarp. And so when she's like, somebody ruined my costume, I was like, girl, what costume? This is literally a tarp.
Girl,
Like
especially when the camera has zoomed in and it was just this big square on the
it was
ground.
just a big, it was
Paint.
literally nothing
Girl,
yet.
I had shit stains on it and everything. I said, girl, what is this piece of toilet paper?
I did feel bad for her though, because I can imagine like when you have something in your head that you're trying to do and then that
But
happens.
I can imagine too with her, she was probably so set on that look
Yeah,
that, there's no other way. Like, I know how she's thinking. Like, she's probably thinking, this is the look I'm doing, and there's no backup. You know what I
yeah,
mean? That's why she freaked out. So she starts freaking out and she's like, girl, who did this to my costume? And she runs, she's just looking around outside and she's like, who did this? And Arietti immediately pipes up and she's like, girl, I'm sorry. I spray painted my costume on this. I thought it was just protection for the ground, which I thought was very, very cool of her because, you know, she didn't have to at that moment. She could have just
yeah,
it and then addressed it later. And
yeah.
then she's like, listen, in the confessional, she's like, Anya did this too, bitch, but I'm not gonna throw Anya under the bus. So
Right.
Lexi runs back into the room and she's like, so somebody did this to my costume. Who did it?
And she's crying, girl. She's crying. All the girls are looking around like, bro, I didn't spray paint. I didn't spray paint. Who spray painted? Anya's just looking around like,
That
girl.
part.
And I'm like, they're easily gonna narrow this down to who spray painted. And like, she's literally hot gluing whatever it was together that was spray painted in her hand. And
Yeah.
Lexi's right there.
Yeah. And she's just minding her business. She's not saying anything. So then doesn't she go back outside and she asks Arietti?
Well, Lexi leaves, and immediately as soon as Lexi leaves, Anya was like to the rest of the people in the room. So do y'all want to know what really happened? And then like everybody's like, oh my God. And so
Right.
Anya explains that she didn't know. She thought it was just for protection of the ground, which totally makes sense. With this whole situation, I feel for Lexi, but I totally understand with Anya and with Arietti, but this is mainly with Anya because Arietti already confessed and it was not a thing. The
Yeah.
biggest thing is Anya should have just said something then. And then it would have just been like a non-starter, just been like, "Girl, I didn't realize. I'm so sorry. How can I help?"
That's what I was saying. I probably would have piped up and said, listen, I did it, but I would have tried to give ideas on how to fix it and make the costume look better. Because, she probably had one idea for this to look this way.
Yeah.
I was already thinking, like, girl, bunch the costume up a little bit, spray paint it some more, add some texture.
What I live about your daughter this season is she has these little quips that she puts in there every once in a while that is so perfect and fierce and helps tell the story. And girl, like she says, Jules chimes in and she says, "First the trim and now this."
I know.
You cannot write this. You cannot write this. This is like amazing TV.
Yes, it's definitely catty drama, and I live.
Yeah. So we find out that Lexi confronts Anya, and girl, it is a fight. Like literally, it's a fight. I was told by one of the other girls that they even cut this down. Like they were in each other's faces and they were about to throw hands.
I mean, honestly, at that point, so much shit is going on, and they're trying to compete, and this is the competition. I probably would have flipped the fuck out too.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like that is crazy. Um, I I wouldn't. Well, first of all, I wouldn't have just put a tarp out there,
Yeah, I would have
to
hit my shit. I would have been had hung
well,
up.
that or I would have already cut. I probably would have cut up my stuff before I even painted it.
Mm.
But what we find out later, and we'll get into this too. There was no design to her thing. She literally just cut a hole in it and put it on, as is on. We'll talk about that later.
So then it starts off with Elimination Day, and the girls start discussing who is going home. And Sam and Lexi just start talking, and they're like, girl, I think it's Acacia. Because that costume she made looks like a fucking baked potato.
I mean, this is the thing is like there are several crunchety, crustity costumes. Girl, it's like, okay, you don't know how to sew. That's one thing. You don't even know how to style something
Well,
or
that's the
hot
thing,
glue.
girl, is this challenge specifically, they're not looking for an amazing seamstress. They're
Yeah.
looking for someone who has an eye on embellishment and how to make things look good, how to put together a look, because that's what drag is all about. If you don't know how
Girl,
to put together
completely.
a cool costume, then how are you going to be able to travel the world as America's Next Drag Superstar and put together a full look?
Yeah, because girl, if your luggage gets lost, bitch, you gotta go right down to the
The dump.
dollar store and make a costume real quick.
Right. You're going to have to go to the trash can and put together some unconventional materials like this challenge.
And some of these girls would be laughed at.
Correct. So,
Um, well, we find out that Lexi pulls Anya over to the side and she apologizes, and it kind of just like neutralizes the whole fight, which I'm glad because it really was. I get like it was kind of a big deal because it messed up Lexi's idea, but also it was genuinely a mistake. So I'm glad that it was like squashed and then they can move on.
I will say at first, um, I think the reason why Lexi got so mad was because she really wanted Anya to just say it, just say I'm sorry. But
Yeah.
Anya was pulling one of the moments where she pulled with Jules, where she's like, she basically said, "I'm sorry, but I'm going to take what's mine." That kind of energy at first.
Yeah.
And so if she would have just stopped and breathed, I know they were both going at each other's necks, but just breathe, girl, breathe, and just say, "I'm sorry." And if that person don't want to accept your apology, then there's nothing you can do.
Well, girl, she didn't get her name on your nerve for no reason.
She didn't. And so RuPaul walks out, and she is in this silver gown with this white hair. I mean, the gown is just absolutely incredible. Like the color,
Gorgeous.
the hair on her. I love the icy white blonde hair. This is a great pussy for me. I love the little um the sequins that are like faded into the silver. It's just a really
Yeah.
good detail. I think she looks great. Great
And
pussy.
her makeup. Her makeup is so fucking snatched this episode. She looks incredible this episode. This is beautiful. Her shape. I'm
Yeah.
loving this. It's kind of a simple silhouette, but it looks good. It looks
It
good.
does. It looks like money. And even though the dress isn't lined with the same looking fabric, I still
Yeah.
like it.
Yeah. I think I agree with you. It is a great pussy.
Yeah. And then we have Michelle, which I thought this was pop star.
For sure, pop star. My only thing is I wish like her pony because it's
Look a little higher.
yeah, because it's so thick. It just looks kind of weird, almost like it's a clip-in. I wish it was just had some height so we it was a little bit more proportionate. But other than that, the dress is beautiful, her makeup is beautiful, her skin looks great.
Yeah, she looks really, really good. I like it. Pop star.
Yeah.
And I know, like you said, sometimes we don't normally judge other people, but let's talk about Hunter Schafer's look.
Yeah.
Because
Gorgeous.
this look is so stunning. I think it's archived to
Jean-Paul Gaultier?
Jean Paul Gaultier, which this look also was technically one of the looks that you were supposed to wear for the season 9 finale, correct?
Yes. So I had a version of this in lavenders and purples and silver. It looked
Mhm.
almost exactly like this.
Literally exact. I'm looking at it. I'm like, this is exact.
Yeah, because you actually, a lot of people don't know this. You dressed me for the finale of season 9. You were
Yes.
backstage with me doing my hair, my touching up my makeup, and getting me dressed. And so I had this Gautier uh corseted look, armor look for the if I would have made top 2, it would have been my lip sync costume. And if anybody remembers the purple faux fur wrap that Peppermint had on during the reunion, that was my wrap for the costume. But since I didn't wear it, I let Peppermint use it for the reunion. It was fierce too. It was like really, really full. You couldn't have seen it, but it was humongous. Humongous.
Listen, you're such a sister.
I know, I know. But yes, love the look. I also give this a great pussy.
Fierce. Well, let's get started right over to the ball because this is a lot of looks and we're gonna
A
have to
lot of
run
looks.
through this. So y'all, we're not gonna be able to spend too much time on everything, but you will definitely get our opinions.
The first category is bathing beauties, and this is swimwear. Obviously we know like for me, I'm looking for functionality. if it's like an actual swimsuit, but also it's got to be a look. Like you got to give a look.
Yeah, it has to tell a story.
We're gonna start with Acacia, and Acacia comes out in this red, white, blue, and yellow vinyl swimsuit that's supposed to represent like it's made out of floaties or made out of a beach ball. And she has on the same color as the swimsuit, this little swimming cap with this ginormous hair out of this. I first want to point out that girl in this hair, I don't know why, because usually she's not in this color, but she looks like Jan Sport. I think it's just the way she's
God,
painted.
I don't see that.
I do. I do from a distance. But I know that judges did not like this. I really liked this.
I didn't think it was bad. I just think that like the one thing that really bothered me was the corset showing underneath. You know, I'm a fucking stickler for that.
Oh, that for sure. Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
get what they meant about the ill-fitting stuff
Yeah.
because like this was not ill-fitted. I thought this was very, very fitted to her. I mean, I don't know how
Yeah.
else you could, make it tighter and then it would rip, I feel like.
Yeah. It looks great. I don't know what they were talking about. It's creative. It's whimsical. Other than the corset showing, like you said, I'm giving this a good pussy.
Yeah, I probably would have said good pussy if she didn't have the corset showing. I'm all about being polished and cleanliness and all that stuff. Like this is RuPaul's Drag Race, and we're looking for America's Next Shark Superstar. So if I'm judging this, I'm looking for a polished queen, and that speaks volumes. So I'm gonna say hit it and quit it.
Okay. Up next, we have Arietti, and Arietti comes out as in this like to me, it doesn't really read as swimwear. It looks like a costume, and it's like she's an alien, but she
Girl, this is
looks
weird.
absolutely fierce.
This is fucking sickening. Like for
It,
me, it gave me alien swimsuit from another planet.
yeah, I still stick with my thought process of this is a no world a swimsuit. It is a you could see a girl wearing this without the blueness
Leggings.
as an actual costume. Like I would wear this as an actual costume. There is no way that this is a swimsuit.
I
Um,
think it could be a swimsuit if you would have taken the legs and the arms off.
if you, it still is not reading swimsuit to me. It's still not it's I just don't
What
see
about it?
a girl wearing something with a bunch of straps where they get
She's not a girl,
sun
honey. She's
tans.
gay. She's from
I
fucking
get that, but
Mars.
I want, like I said, I want functionality. This to me is a costume, but it's a fierce costume, and I'm still gonna give her a great pussy because she looks incredible. But in no world is this a swimsuit.
Yeah, for me,
But
everything was fierce. It was
amazing.
great. She looked great. Um, it's just different. Everything was so polished. You can tell this bitch has looks and she has thought them out. So for me, this is great pussy.
Yeah. Up next, we have Crystal Envy, and Crystal comes out in this little vintage dress. She rips it off, and she is a vintage Barbie. And as she's walking down, she pulls out the little puff and puts it on her forehead, like the original OG Barbie. What do you think?
I thought this was cute. I don't like the fact that you can see her the fillers, the boob filler things.
Yeah.
But it's cute. It's very polished for the most part. Um, I just feel like we've seen this before. We just saw the Barbie movie. If I'm not mistaken, she wore this for Miss Glamorous. I've seen so many people redo this look, so it wasn't anything super exciting. And so I'm gonna say hit it and quit it.
I love this. I agree with you about the boob area. I like the excitement of there being a rip away. She stayed in character the whole time. I liked the gag of the little bang being put on there. I would have said great pussy because I think it's really well made. She looks really good in it. I don't care that I've seen it in a pageant before. This is my
Well,
first
I'm
time.
just saying in general. Like I see so many drag queens recreate this look.
But I've never seen this specific thing on Drag Race. So I'm gonna say good pussy. It would have been a great pussy had her chest been right. But it's a good pussy to me.
Cute. Well, next up we have Hormona Lisa, and she's in another swimsuit look. She's got a little skull cap going with a bubble gun. Um, I'll give you what I think. I think that this is a cute look.
Yeah,
Um, I really wish, like the judges had said, she had some hair like what Acacia did, because I feel like it would have evened out her proportions. But all in all, it was a pretty cute look. It was pretty polished. It kind of reminds me of something Katya did a couple of years ago when she was on Drag Race. But all in all, it was okay. I'm gonna say hit it and quit it.
I liked this. I I'm just gonna say this now. There were worse looks.
Yeah,
There were worse looks on the runway, and I am gagged she was in the bottom, to be honest.
yeah.
If you were to judge a pageant, and
Based
I
on what
get
they
and
presented.
and I get this, Drag Race is not a pageant, I get this. But it should be judged fairly, and her looks, all three of them were well made, great looks, and there were other people who had bad looks. And this is really cute. The fact that she doesn't have on hair is kind of camp to me. The bubble gun, I think she looks adorable. I'm gonna say good pussy.
Cute. Next up, we have Jewel Sparkles, and she is in this gold two-piece swimsuit with gold chains, chains on the heels, chains everywhere. She's tied the whole look together. What do you think?
So I actually ordered this look. I don't remember if it was from Amazon or AliExpress. Um, she had an idea that she wanted to do like it was inspired by Kim Kardashian when Kim Kardashian did like the blonde 80s, yeah, the 80s kind of swimsuit. And she wanted to do a metallic gold swimsuit. So we bought several different swimsuits when she was getting ready for this. And this is the one that she decided to go with. I had these humongous oversized chains, and we found these chain shoes that matched everything. And obviously, you made this hair. Overall, I like the idea of this. I don't love how because she put together this chain belt thing. It looks a little chunky. Come in, it takes away from her shape.
I gotta take
My biggest thing with this is the straps around her waist. You know what I mean? Like it was too many straps. I would have probably cut some of the straps off because it just seems a little busy. Like all the straps, then the chains. But overall, it's not a bad look. I'm gonna say for me, hit it and quit it.
I agree. I was gonna say hit it and quit it, just because it was really bulkier on the waist. Um, it's also like the straight up flat chest with the pads. It's just it don't make sense with the proportion, especially when you're doing a straight up two-piece swimsuit. There's just there's disconnection to this. So for
Yeah,
me, it's hit it and quit it. It's not horrible. It
yeah,
could be. There is worth.
yeah.
Next up, we have Corey King, and she is in this Katy Perry inspired swimsuit. And what I think is this was okay. The one thing that bothered me the most, and she's done this multiple times, is she shows the breastplate.
Yeah.
Always. She don't know how to hide the breastplate. I don't like the necklace, the jewelry with it. The shoes don't really go with it. But
Mm-mm.
I like the hair color with her. I like this hair color on her. But all in all, this is a bad pussy for me.
The swimsuit itself is not bad. I absolutely hated the shark gag. It looked cheap to
I
me.
totally forgot about that because the picture.
Yeah. And she struggled to get out of it. You could see, even though they edited it a lot, you could tell that she was struggling to get out of that. You are right. These shoes are not swimsuit shoes. They're
They're
not
not.
swimsuit shoes. You would never, if you did Miss Continental and you walked out there in swimsuit in these shoes and with that breastplate showing, girl, you are not making final night, honey.
You ain't making the 10, honey.
No. So I'm gonna agree with you because of all of these discrepancies, because the swimsuit is cute, but with the breastplate, the shoes, and the struggle of the shark, bad pussy.
Yep, that pussy. Next up, we have Lana Ray, and she is in this two-piece costume, big curly hair. And when she turns around, she's got like a handprint that someone slapped her, and it has like the sand on it. What do you think?
This is a bad pussy. I think that the look is far, 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 far too simple. I think she looks gorgeous in the face and the hair, and girl, her legs look incredible. But one thing I'm tired of with Lana, and I want to say this, I love Lana. I've met her before. She is a sweetheart. I like her drag. I think she's a great performer. I do not like this. This is not elevated to me. This is not RuPaul's Drag Race. Kind of the same thing with Jules. At least with Jules, though, she had a concept and there was more to it.
Yeah,
There's nothing with this. And another thing that I'm tired of seeing with Lana is these damn clear shoes. It's almost like almost every look
yeah.
is these shoes. Jules is also another one that wears those freaking shoes all the time.
I
I,
swear it's just because what's in right now.
I don't care. I don't care. Give us diversity.
Yep.
I don't like it doesn't look good. This
No.
looks like a newcomer.
Yeah.
Bad pussy.
Especially, I mean, listen, I'm all about a queen that does no body. You know what I mean? But it has to be done the correct way. The swimsuit, there's no shape to it. Some people, when they wear no body, they still wear corsets or they wear things that accentuate. You know what I mean? But there was no shape to this, and it was so simplistic. But she looked absolutely incredible. Like her skin tone, the way it's glossy, her makeup and shit, it was incredible. But it just was so simple, girl.
Yeah.
So simple. So bad pussy. Next up, we have Lexi Love, and she is in this two-piece costume or two-piece swimsuit as well. It says centered or censored, and she has a hairy pussy. And what do you think?
I'm not gagging. I don't live for this. One, it's not a swimsuit at all. This is not a swimsuit. This is not a swimsuit. This is not a swimsuit.
What if she's
I
coming?
like the gag. If this was for something else, this would have been a cute gag. Because
Yeah,
I like overall, I like the gag. And she looks beautiful in the face, and I love the hair. But for swimsuit, this is not a swimsuit. It's not a swimsuit.
yeah,
And like I'm judging the other people, I want it to be functional and I also want it to be a look. And this is not functional. This is not a swimsuit. So for me, bad pussy.
yeah. I agree. I think it's a bad pussy as well. Or actually, it's more hit it and quit it for me. Just because she does have a theme, and it's like it's embellished, and it looks like she's at least going for something, but it's still not a swimsuit. So hit it and quit it for me. Next up, we have Lydia B. Collins, and she's in this slingshot swimsuit with penis cups all the way up her mid torso. And I'll give you my opinion. I did not like this. I did not get it. I get that we're all about like, including gender and all that stuff. Trust me, I'm all about it. But for me, this just did not make sense. You know what I mean?
It
It's like
looks like saggy titties.
it does. And it's like one of the things that she's been doing the whole season where like she does this like crazy artsy art, but it's not giving.
But
It's
girl,
not
look at this. If you were to edit this where it didn't have the pouches all over it, she looks sickening.
she does.
Her makeup, that hair, the way she's posed, like the swimsuit even, I like the swimsuit
I
even
love her makeup.
without the little pockets. It's giving.
It
It could have been so fierce. Like, girl, I just want one moment where you give us fierce. And I get it. Your aesthetic is kooky and unusual, but it's got like if you're gonna do those pockets where they're supposed to look like dicks, then it needs to look like that. This looks like bad saggy titties.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. Like when I saw it, I was like, she looks really fucking sickening. Like the hair is beautiful. I like this color on her. The makeup is stamped, but just the swimsuit, the theme is it just don't look right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So bad pussy for me.
I'm gonna say hit it and quit it just because if she was to edit those pockets out, it would have been a good look.
Yeah. Cute. Next up, we have Anya Nerve, and she is in this white chiffon like cover up piece um, with a blonde wig, strappy swimsuit. What do you think?
Okay. Other than you can see her breastplate line, just like Corey, she needs to learn how to do that. I like the cut of the swimsuit. I think this looks like a swimsuit that you would wear at Miss Continental.
Continent.
I'm not living for her hair, but I'm gonna say good pussy. I like it.
Yeah, I honestly didn't clock the breastplate, especially when she was walking really quick on the runway and stuff. Like I was looking, girl, trust me. I was like, that's
I,
weird.
I saw it. I
I don't
did see it.
see it.
I
But
saw the seams and they were there.
well, I didn't see it. But I believe you. You are a judge and you know what you're talking about. So I'm gonna agree. But don't like the hair. The hair it just looked weird. I think it was the way that it was styled. It looks like it was almost styled, but not fully.
Hmm.
Maybe she should have brushed it or something. I don't know. But the hair was a little questionable. I don't like the beads either. The pearls were just so weird. Like they're those thin, like cheap pearls that you look like you would just get from like your grandma from back in the 60s. Um, I don't know.
I liked it.
I didn't like the pearls. I really want, if you're gonna do pearls, give me like dimension with the pearls. I want like different sizes and stuff. But all in all, I thought this was an okay look. I'm not gonna say that it's a good pussy, but it's a hit it and quit it for me.
Mm, okay.
Next, you go.
Mm.
Okay. I don't know. I kind of want to go back to it. I kind of want to say good pussy because you don't see the breastplate line. And it's not horrible. It's not as bad as other people's.
So you're reversing your judgment.
Listen, it doesn't mean that it's set in stone. So
Okay.
I guess let's just go. I'm gonna
Hey,
say,
you're making your own decisions. You're a grown woman.
honey, let's go with good pussy.
Good pussy.
Next up, we have Sam Starr, and she is in this two-piece pinup costume. I'll give you my opinion. I thought it was pretty decent. Like, I didn't think that it was something super crazy, but at least she had a theme. The hair went with it. Um, it was very pinup. Like right off the bat, I knew I was like, okay, she's serving pinup swimsuit. The pads matched. She had boobs in with the pads. Like the proportions looked good. So for me, I'm gonna say good pussy.
Um, just like this reminded me a lot of Crystal's look, like the skirt, the rip away. I felt like I liked the skirt, I liked the rip away, I liked the swimsuit. The swimsuit is a little simple.
Yes.
And the crotch is kind of low for me. I
It's
wish,
because of her pads and her swimsuit.
yeah, and that happens a lot when people pad.
Yeah.
But it's still a good pussy. I think it's a good look. If it was accessorized better or was a little bit more elaborate, it could have been a great pussy. I like the fact that she played off of yellow polka dotted bikini.
Next up, we have Susie Toots, and she is in this bearded lady swimsuit. What do you think?
I like the concept. I like the fact that she took an idea that's not a traditional swimsuit from now. And this is like a traditional swimsuit from like, I don't know, the like early turn of the century and men's swimsuit. And she has the mustache. The only thing is I don't like these caricature shoes. She wore these caricature shoes with her clown last week. I don't know if you clocked that. But I don't like that. I don't like when you just wear the same fucking shoe every fucking week. That's lame as hell.
Yeah.
But because I like the concept, I'm gonna give her a good pussy.
Yeah, I thought it was a good pussy too. At least it was a theme. It was something different. It was pretty polished for the most part. Just don't really care for the shoes.
Yeah.
And that
Uh,
is it for the swimsuit ball part.
Now, who is your best swimsuit and worst swimsuit out of the sponge?
Best swimsuit for me was Ariete. It's down.
Yeah, I agree. The best. Even though it was kind of more of a costume. I mean, there's just nothing to clock, girl. Like it's just like, okay, I buy the story. This is what an alien would wear. Just go swimming, okay?
Yeah. For me, I probably would say the worst swimsuit as far as like polishedness and putting everything together was probably Corey's.
I'm gonna say the worst is Lana. Lana. Yeah. I just feel like it just was way too simple. Like it was way too simple. At least with Corey, and Corey's was bad, but at least with Corey's there was concept and she tried to do something creative with like the cover up and stuff. With Lana, this was like the most basic, boring fabric color swimsuit, and there was
Yeah.
nothing else to it.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I agree with that too. If I had to choose the second one, I probably would have said Lana too.
Yeah. So next category is the sea creature. And I don't remember and I don't have in front of me exactly what each girl did, but we're just going to talk about what it looks like. First up is Susie Toot, and I believe she's some sort of octopus. Uh,
Yep.
I'll give you my opinion. I really liked this one. I thought that the way that the tentacle arms were done and the way that the boots were done and the way the costume was done, it was really well made. It was really cool. I could tell exactly what it was supposed to be. My only thing is I wish she had bigger earrings, but to me, this was a great pussy.
Oh, yes. This honestly is probably one of her best looks yet.
Yeah.
It's so polished. Her makeup looks fierce. This is honestly, her makeup looks so cool with this style of drag because I feel like it's like in her realm.
Yeah.
The stuff that she's doing before, like with her other style, it looks okay, but it's still kind of clownish.
Yep.
And it's artsy. It's artsy fartsy, honey. And
Yep.
this is fierce. I loved it. It was probably one of my favorite looks in this category so far.
So what do you give it?
I gave this a great pussy.
Okay. Moving on to Anya Nerve, and she is a starfish. What's your opinion?
Um, the costume itself was cool. I like the pants. I like how it looks. I like the embellishments. I like how it looked, like the print and stuff. But I didn't see starfish. And if we're
Oh, I
judging,
did.
well, how? Because starfish has 5 points.
It does have 5 points. The straps on the shoulders are two of the arms, and then it V's up to her neck in the middle. And
I
then
know. I just wish that it probably would have went like I wish it would have went to her arm, like her like full
I
hands.
get it, but I like that it's the concept of it without being exact.
Yeah. I do like it. Like I said, I like the print. I like how everything looks. If I'm looking at it and I'm like not thinking starfish, I still think it's fierce. So for that, I said good pussy.
I think this is a great pussy. I like the concept of it. I like that it's not verbatim a starfish. I get it. Like if you're looking at it, you're not thinking starfish, but the fact that they say it's starfish, I can totally see it.
Yeah.
I think the pattern is cool. I think she looks great.
Yeah, it's pretty. Next up, we have Lexi Love, and she is in this jellyfish look. And for me, I just didn't really like the hair with it. I thought the hair was too much. It was distracting. It was too in her shoulders. Um, it just kind of seemed crafty for me, the whole look. So for
Mm.
me, it's not ugly. It's not horrible. It's not as bad as some things that I've seen. So I'm gonna say hit it and quit it.
To me, I really liked this look. But I agree with you 100,000%. The hair looks cheap, and
Yeah,
it's so much into the look. It like muddles the look. She should
yeah,
have had hair in like a low pony, or just have the headpiece. It's okay to not have a bunch of hair everywhere sometimes.
yeah,
The when you have all this hair, it just takes away from the look. Um, but if you, I was looking at it up close. There's so much detail to this look. I really liked it up close.
yeah.
I'm gonna say good pussy.
Cute. Yeah, I just, like I said, I think that it just got lost. Even on stage, some of the stuff that was showing up wasn't really, like you said, when you zoom in, you could see it. But like I'm looking at this picture right now,
Yeah.
and she's not detailed. So hit it and quit it. Next up, we have Lana Jarrett, and she is supposed to be, what is she supposed to be? A spiked, uh,
It's the urchin.
a sea urchin. And I mean, I can see sea urchin. I
Yeah,
wish that it was a different color
but
because,
the urchins are purple and black.
well, the ones that I've seen on the ocean, they're like more like burgundy and brown.
Oh.
But this could be like a tropical one. Who knows? But all in all, I still do. When you say that, like a sea urchin, I think that. And I thought
Yeah.
it was curious. I thought it was cool. It's different. It almost gives me like Thunderdome, Mad Max vibes
Yeah.
too. Like if it was
Hmm.
like a different color. So
Yeah.
for me, this was a good pussy.
Yeah, I agree. I was waiting for the spike train to fall, but how it was made, it stayed upright and she looked great. I could totally see sea urchin without it being exact.
Yeah,
So this was a good pussy to me.
yeah, good pussy, honey. Next up, we have Corey King. And do you know what she's supposed to be? Because I can't remember.
It's some sort of fish. I forgot what the fish was, but it was definitely bright colors. The colors that are on her outfit were what was on the fish. I'll give you my opinion though. Um, the
A
body,
mandarin fish. A mandarin fish.
okay, the bodysuit looks cool. I do like the bodysuit. I do not like this ruffle coat. She's like slinging it around like it is like super full, and it's not. It's not one of those paneled coats that when you swing it around, it like envelops around you. It kind of just like she slung it and it like all went to that one direction, almost like a blanket. It
Yeah,
didn't it
it was
didn't
too big.
have design to that. So and I just didn't like the way she was modeling it, and I don't like this hair with it. So I'm gonna say hit it and quit it. I do like the bodysuit though.
Yeah, for me, I also didn't like the hair with it.
Yeah.
The hair was too flat. Like it just was like, I don't know. Like it just didn't look good with her facial structure. Um, but this bitch, I'll tell you what, she is not afraid to put on some cosmetics.
Yep.
And sometimes it's a little too much, but I do like the eyes with this look. Girl, I'm falling apart.
If this is
And
the drag race challenge, bitch, you are up for elimination.
she'll be lip syncing for her life, bitch. Speaking of lip syncing for your life, this look to me was a no. It's a chop. Chop sushi, sweetie. I did not like it. I thought the bodysuit, like now that you're pointing, for me, I was looking at the whole look when she worked, the way she walked, the way she modeled it. I was like, girl, this is too much. I don't like it.
Yeah.
Like it. I don't like it.
Yeah.
So for me, it was a bad pussy. But the more that I dissect it, and I'm trying to find the good in it, I'll say hit it and quit it.
Yeah.
Hit it and quit
Up
it.
next, we have Jewel Sparkles, and you and Ethan made this look. And what was the concept again? The Spanish
So
dancer.
yeah, so she's supposed to be a Spanish dancer. And so, let's give the kids what they always want, which is backstory and a little bit of um, all that. So when we made this look, she came to us and she said she wanted to be a Spanish dancer. And she came to us specifically because she knew that she wanted something more organic and more like just drag in general. And what better people to do it? The Sparkles family is all about creativity and giving high horror drag. And when I made this, I was like, we are going to go all out for this because she's representing the Sparkles brand, and we're not going to let her go out there and not.
Yeah.
So when we made the look, we sponsored the whole look for her. She did pay for materials to make it, but I sponsored all the stones. I sponsored the airbrushing and the paints and stuff to go with it. And when she wore the costume, when she came back, she told me that she didn't wear the headpiece that we had made. And
Mm.
I was like, ugh. I spent so much time and effort into this look because, girl, we stayed up when I tell you. Every single time we made these looks, we stayed up for hours. And this look in general, we were up until like 7 a.m. I remember specifically making this look, and Ethan said, "Do you want to go to McDonald's and get a breakfast McGriddle?" And I said, "It's 7:30 a.m. Bitch, let's go get one." That's how late we stayed up working on this look for like days, nonstop.
Girl, I'll tell you this before you continue. That's one thing about Miss Julesy Poo, bitch. If she don't want to do something, she don't want to wear something, she don't want to do your idea, she ain't doing
She
it.
won't do it.
She ain't doing it.
She ain't. And what frustrated me was, and this isn't anything against Jules, is she said she didn't wear it because her hair is so big. But the problem was, I'm like, bitch, if you have big hair, slick your hair down, gel it, put it into like a low bun, and then you know what I mean. So for all the people that are out there, if you have long hair and you don't know how to wear it with a wig, look up some tutorials on how to like braid it down or gel it down. You
Do you
know,
have pictures of the headpiece?
I do, which we'll include this into the video for you all to see. But
Perfect.
we really just wanted to make sure that she represented the Sparkles brand in the best capacity, you know? And so we really worked our ass off. I mean, if you looked at the inside of this dress, um, it's not lined, so you can see all the different seams. But girl, there's literally like at least 100 seams in this dress because all the seams are sewn into the ruffles. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It was a lot of work. So I'm super proud of it. I mean, girl, when people saw it online, everybody, not everybody, but I will say a lot of people sent us messages and was saying that the viewing party rooms gasped when they walked out. When
Yeah.
she walked out and she wore this, they were like, gasp. I don't know how she didn't win this challenge because that dress was so motherfucking fierce. But I'm very proud of it. We stayed up for a long time. And so for me, I'm gonna give this a great pussy.
Yeah. I agree with you. Great pussy. This was one of the best looks of the night. I think this ties for the best look of the night to me.
Yeah, I mean, it's
And
just,
that's me. I'm like, I know, like everybody's like, when we say I'm not being biased, and then they're like, oh yeah, of course you are, because they're your family, and blah 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 blah. Bitch, objectively, look at this. Look, this is an
yes,
impeccable look. It's incredible. She looks amazing. I even though she didn't wear the headpiece, I like the red
I
hair
love
with
it.
this. Love her makeup with this. Look, it's amazing. She modeled it perfectly. It's elaborate. It's drag. I loved it. Great pussy.
And the thing about the costume too is that you can tell that she's some sort of creature. You know what I mean? Because the way that the spots are on her torso, it's also like,
Oh, she's a creature.
girl, she is, especially at a drag, honey. No, I'm just kidding. But the way that the ruffles too like went to the torso, like these ruffles could have easily made her look like a box.
Bitch, ain't nobody care. You're over explaining this. Let's move on.
Girl, I'm proud of this look. I'm gonna keep talking until I die, bitch. Oh my goodness. But next up, we have Crystal Envy, and she's supposed to be, I think she's supposed to be a puffer fish, right?
Yes.
I fucking loved this look. This look was so cool. Like for me, she kind of reminded me of a dinosaur,
Yeah,
but
it's very Flintstones.
it is. It's kind of dinosaur-like, but and all in all, like it's one of those looks where you look at it and you're like, this is it could be an exotic fish, it could be a dinosaur, whatever it is, it's your own interpretation of that animal. And it's fierce. Like it's drag. I looked at the wig up close, and when I saw that wig up close, I was gagged. It was fucking fierce. Like this is a great pussy for me.
Yeah, it's not my favorite of the night, but it is still high up there.
Yeah.
I think the reason why I'm not like loving it is because of the colors, but I mean, this is the colors of a pufferfish.
Yeah.
Um,
It
but
could
it
have
is
been
a very,
airbrushed. Like I know what you're saying. It could have been airbrushed to have more detail where the spots are and stuff to give it
yeah,
more depth, but I still like it.
but it is very cool. It's a very cool look. It's very different for Crystal, so kudos to her for standing out of her box. Um, but I'm gonna say good pussy.
Yeah, for sure. It was fierce. Next up, we have Arietti, and she is supposed to be a lionfish. A lionfish is one of the, I guess, like one of the apex predators right now of the ocean, because like nothing will eat
Yeah, because
it.
it's poisonous, bitch.
Yeah, nothing will eat it. I mean, they're training sharks right now to try to eat it and other fish, but girl, it's a badass animal, and this was fucking badass. Like
Yeah.
she walked out and she said that, well, first off, she made this look. That right there is impressive because it don't look crafty. She airbrushed this. Um, and from what I remember, I saw online, the girls only got 20 to 30 minutes in between each category to change their look and their makeup. and she changed her makeup for every single look. That is fierce.
Fierce.
And this was so impressive. Like I loved everything about it. I like how she modeled it. When she went and did this with her shoulders and like they like fanned it out like it was the poisonous barbs of it. It was just cunt. It was so fierce. It was great pussy.
Yeah. This is the same thing with the jewels thing. It's on the like the same level of perfection. This
Yes.
is what I expect from RuPaul's Drag Race. If you're coming out on the runway, girl, figure it out. This is amazing. Um, I love how she did her makeup. Great pussy.
Great pussy. Girl, this is another look that I could sit here and talk about forever. So next up we have Acacia Forgot, and she is a feathered star, and she has this really big feathery headpiece. It went into like this feathery corset with like little boas hanging over it. And immediately when I saw it, I was like, she literally looks exactly like a feathered starfish. Like
Yeah,
gorgeous. I
gorgeous.
just when Hunter Schafer said that she wished that these kind of went out more, I was like, yeah, that makes
Yeah,
sense. But
yeah.
all in all, I thought it was a good pussy.
Yeah, I still thought it was a good pussy. I
Yeah,
like I totally understand the the bend of how that would have looked or how it should have looked. I get that. But even with that taken into consideration, she looked like the creature she was supposed to be, and it looked really well made, and it was pretty. So I
yeah.
say good pussy as well.
Next up, we have Hormona, and she is supposed to be a sea dragon, and she's in this like it's basically like her typical silhouette. It's just a gown. It's got a bunch of
Organza.
the chiffon fabrics on the bottom. Um, she's just one of them safe queens. You know what I mean? Like when you see everything that she wears, it's not bad. It's not horrible. She knows her body proportions. She knows how to dress herself, but is it different? It's never. You know exactly what you're going to get with her. So
Yeah.
for me, I thought it was a just because I've seen it before. I'm going to say hit it and quit it because I expect more from her.
So I'm basing it based off of the look. I thought that the colors looked like the creature. I got the ruffle idea from the way that the creature is. It's almost like it's got ruffles. Um, is it the most amazing creative thing I've ever seen? No, but does it look really well made? Yes. I
Right?
get the concept. And I'm gonna say hit it and quit it as well, just because of the lack of creativity,
That's
but
right.
it's still a good look.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like with her, you just can't clock stuff.
Next up we have Lydia Butthole Collins, and she is the anglerfish. And she comes out and she's riding a campy looking anglerfish. I'll give you my opinion. Um, the actual anglerfish, I liked it. I thought that the look of it, the puppet was cool. Um, it was camp. Is it the most amazing thing ever? No, but I did like that the anglerfish looked like an anglerfish. It was something different. It looked decently made. So I'm gonna say good pussy. It's not my favorite, but it was good.
Yeah, I agree. I just think that it was a little crafty looking, but all in all, it was different. You could tell what the creature was. You could see what she was doing. So I will say good pussy, but a part of me wants to say hit it and quit it because it was not polished looking. But I do like it because it was different.
Yeah. Next up, we have Sam Starr, and Sam. I forgot which she is. She was like another, almost like
Viperfish.
a viper fish. Now, some tea about this because I helped. So I made part of this costume.
Okay.
So when Sam was getting ready for this season, she contacted me and you about you making most of the stuff, and then she delegated me like a couple of the looks.
Yeah.
And this was one of the looks that I wanted to make. So she originally was supposed to be an anglerfish. Girl had the anglerfish for weeks. For weeks, girl. We were work we I had already ordered all this stuff, like this neck teeth thing, all the stuff, the design, concept, and everything for the anglerfish. And then she was told, actually, you can't do that. Somebody else is doing it. And
Oh,
so then she's like panicked. She contacts me, and I'm looking through deep sea creatures to find another fish that's kind of like an anglerfish since we already had the teeth. And the
yeah.
viperfish looks kind of like an anglerfish, but it's really, really long and it's silver.
Mm,
And it has those really sharp teeth. So it ended up working out in the end because we could use the materials, but just make things slightly different. The color palette had to change.
yeah.
So, I made part of this. She made the hoop skirt thing with the spikes. And what I like about it is you get the idea from the head, but the rest is like fashion.
Drag, it's fashion.
And I love this. Is it as good as Arietti and Jules? No, but I think it's like right under there. So I'm gonna say great pussy.
Yeah, for me, I said good pussy just because the one thing that I did not like was the hoop thing. I feel
Mm.
like if she did the hoop thing and she embellished it more and added more spikes and stuff and just made it look more finished, I probably would have loved it more. But I felt like it just looked like silver hoops, you know what I mean, with chains. But the look itself, you better keep pouring that wine, bitch. You got some for me? You got some for me?
Another tea about this look. I was on the road on tour in the midst of all of this. So I had literally a few days, very few days, 3 days to make this look and another look. And I didn't have enough time to have it shipped to her. I had to end up flying to Birmingham the day that I finished them to get this look, another look, and some other things that she took and help her pack
Girl, I was
before she
gagged. When
left.
you told me you flew there, I was like, bitch, that's the
Girl,
ultimate drag mother. And let me
girl.
tell you, Trinity, when you have Trinity on your side and she loves you, she will do whatever the fuck she has to do to make sure that she like makes sure you're okay. Like she is the ultimate. When you think of like family or drag mothers and like all that stuff, she is the epitome of drag family.
Well, I'll tell you this. That is with our entire family. I feel like if anybody in our drag family needed something, we would be there. We would drop whatever we had to do
I mean, we did, girl. When the
in
girls got on Drag Race,
right.
we both like with our busy schedules, like because you're traveling the world as you know, drag superstar. I'm doing hair for some of the best drag superstars in the world and running my business. And you know, with us both trying to make ends meet, because you know, girl, it's slowing down and it's not easy.
Well, and girl, and you made like almost everything of Sam's,
Girl,
all of Sam and Jules' hair.
I had to take a month off of work to do the stuff for her. And what I did was I took a ton of custom orders that were prepaid orders. That way, I told them, I said, listen, I'm taking all these custom orders and your order will be done within 3 to 4 weeks. And I use those 3 to 4 weeks to really pump out all the looks. So
Yeah.
when you say, you know, our drag family is based on integrity and love and caring and all that stuff, it's not just for show. Like we genuinely do go to bat for each other.
Oh, girl, I remember after the week after they had already left, and then you had another week of catching up on hair, you were absolutely dead.
Oh, I was dead. And what's crazy is my assistant um, at the time, I had to delegate some of the wigs to her, which Jules doesn't, I don't think Jules knows this, is I had to delegate some of the wigs to, oh no, she does, but she doesn't know. I paid my assistant to finish the wigs because, you know, she works for me, so I couldn't have her work for free. So I gave some of the wigs that we did for Jules and Sam and sponsored that for them just because
Wow.
I knew I was like, girl, this is such an important moment for them. Like this, you only get this one chance. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Because
So
like, who
fancy,
knows?
don't let me down.
Chance don't basically let me down. Seriously. So like, you know, we did what we could to make them be successful.
So before we move on to the last category, let's say who our favorite look of the sea creature and who is the least look of the sea creatures. I'll go first. My favorite look of the sea creature is a tie. I don't
It's
usually
such a tie. I know. I
I don't usually like ties, but girl, there was like literally these were neck and neck. I can't decide.
Yeah.
It goes to Ariete and Jules for
No,
sure.
I totally agree. I'm like back and it's literally neck and neck. It was so good. And it
Yeah.
was the same, and it's literally the same style of drag. Like it was organic, it was airbrushing, it was so creative, and that's what drag is all about.
Yeah.
Who's
And
the worst?
the worst. Let me think right here.
I'll give you mine.
Okay.
So mine was it was between Corey and I want to say no, because Lydia, I mean, it was creative. It's literally, I think Corey is the one, but
Yeah.
Hormona was next because Hormona was just the same always through.
Yeah, I say the worst is Corey, and
Yeah,
it's because I like the bodysuit, but the coat and the way she modeled it and the hair, it just wasn't good. It just wasn't.
uncomfortable.
It looked awkward. Yeah.
Yeah. So that concludes all of the looks for just the sea creatures. Now we got to move on to what is the next one?
The next one is the one they had to create out of
Oh, yeah, yeah, out of the
recycle.
materials.
First up, we have Crystal Envy, and Crystal made this pink and yellow gown. It looks like it's out of fabric, and then she took um, leis, like from Hawaii, and cut them up as embellishments. I'll give you my opinion. Overall, the look is cool. I like the fact that she used the leis as embellishments. Um, what I don't like about it is the bottom is way too low. And it's so tight, she can't even walk in this. It's does it look good? Yes, but the bottom looks awkward.
Well, she even said, she's like, I can't walk in
It
this.
looks awkward. This could, if she would have raised that from the knee down, this would have been a great pussy. Um, but because of that being awkward, I'm gonna say it's a good pussy, but girl, it's still real awkward.
I'll tell you what, though, I liked it.
Mm-mm.
I honestly,
Mm-mm.
I thought it would look like a fish fin. It was different. But she did say she could not walk in this. But I'm looking at the still right now, and I think it's an interesting silhouette. It's different.
It
But
looks like when you warp something and you warp like she warped the skirt all the way down. It looks like it's almost like a little kid skirt.
yes, but good pussy, not bad.
Mm.
So next up we have Jewel Sparkles, and she is in this maroon leotard. It's really fitted, almost like a corset. It has black tarp textures on the shoulders and the hip. It's very asymmetrical. She even tied some of the maroon into the hair. I
Hmm.
mean, this is a very high fashion forward runway look. Like it looks very finished. She even has jewelry to match. I'm a fan. Like I thought this was so fierce. This is a great pussy for me.
So you said this is a good pussy.
Yeah, no, I think honestly, this is great pussy for me just because of like the construction to it and how it looks. It just looks so polished. Like this looks like something more than just conventional materials thrown together. It looks like something you could wear.
Personally, I would not say great pussy. I would say good pussy. Um, this I'm not a fan of a swimsuit cut costume for a design challenge. I feel
Yeah,
like this is your moment to show what you can do and you have to impress the judges. But overall this is really it's fierce. She looks
yeah.
like a bitch in this. It looks fierce. What makes this elevated from just a swimsuit is the cut. Cause girl, she's showing the Tuck Dynasty here,
Oh,
honey.
yes, God.
The tiniest tuck, and it's French cut all the way up to the tippity top of her hip. And it makes it so sexy. So that elevates it from just a regular swimsuit. So I wouldn't say great pussy because I would want more from, from a design challenge, silhouette wise, but it is really, really good. So I say really good pussy.
Fierce. Well, next up, we have Lydia B. Collins, and she is in this tube body swimsuit. What is this? How would you describe this? This is very like futuristic looking. It's very what is it called? The movie with the robots.
Terminator.
Yeah, it's giving Terminator, futuristic cunt. What do you think?
So this is actually giving me very Jordan Kennedy. My drag mother, your drag grandmother, she actually had, and I'm gonna have to remind me, Tracy. I need to find a picture of Jordan in this costume that had dryer. She made a costume with dryer vents,
Oh,
and
fierce.
it's giving me very old school drag. Like, girl, you would just make stuff out of whatever. I really like this. My issue is it gives her no shape.
That's what I'm looking at. That's the
The
only thing because
The
I like
only
everything
thing,
else.
other than that, I think it's a really cool look. It's a really cool concept. This could have been a great pussy had she just given herself a little bit more shape. And how she could have done that is adding more bulk to the hip.
Yes. Or
But
just taking some of the tubes and going more at an angular way and
yep,
leaving some on the waist.
yep. But that could have been it could have been a great pussy. I'm still gonna give it a good pussy because I do like it.
I agree. Good pussy.
Next up, we have Sam Starr, and Sam is in this trash bag, literal trash bag ball gown, and I'll go ahead and give you my opinion. There's elements to this that I love, and elements to this that I'm not a fan of. I'm not a fan that you can see the corset. Like it's just a straight up. She took a corset, wrapped it around her.
It
I
looks
also
like
don't
she
like the
also
fact that
wore just a green bra with it.
yeah, it looks like just a regular old green bra. What I will say is the silhouette of this is super impactful and super impressive. This reminds me of something Alaska would wear because Alaska's known for like her trash bag couture. And
Yes.
this looks like something Alaska would wear. And this looks elevated for that. Um, if it wouldn't have just been the bra and the corset. I would have said great pussy because overall she does look good. She does look pretty. I like the shape of this. This shape is not easy to make. Even with adding the trash bags on top. I'm gonna say good pussy. Could have been a great pussy, but I don't like the corset and the bra.
Yeah, I think also what was kind of questionable was how she had the balls just on the torso and then the balls in the hair. I wish
Mm.
she would have taken some of the balls and kind of made it go into the ball gown a little bit, just so
Well,
it
girl,
didn't.
she is. There's balls lower, you just can't see them.
Yes. Yes. Well, she probably would have got a great pussy if she would have shown them.
Yes, bitch. Not a pussy though, bitch. That
Girl, she might be able to use this.
girl, hello.
But yeah, so like you said, very, very impactful. Like when you do drag race and you think of, okay, what is the most time efficient, quickest way to make a look just gag worthy? Girl, this is it. Because it's
Yeah.
literally just a bunch of little like Walmart or whatever bags and just you're filling it real quick and just gluing it onto the dress. It's so impactful, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But embellishment wise, it's lacking here. So for
Mhm.
me, I'm gonna say good pussy. It's not great pussy. It could be great if she made it better.
Yeah.
Next up, you're looking at me like, next up we have Anya Nerve, and she is I think she's supposed to be like sea kelp. Is that what she's supposed to be?
Girl, I don't know.
I don't know, but I'm living. I'm fucking living.
You are?
Yes, girl, I like it. I think it's really cool. I like that she also like made the shreds to where like it gives her like a high slit. Um, I like the headpiece. I like her makeup. I like how she modeled it. For me, I loved it. The only thing that I could clock was when she turned around, there was a little slit in the back and she wasn't wearing a panty.
Mm.
But all in all, good pussy.
Yeah, I clocked the no panty as well. Um, to me, this is literally just shreds. Like literally, there's not much design to this.
Girl, this literally looks like something we would have worn in 666. You can't come for the doll, honey, because you
Girl,
can do
girl,
it through.
we would have had on a panty. There would have been some
What if,
cinching. There would have been some cinching. There would
there
have been
was.
more embellishments. There would have been, this does not look purposeful. This just looks like shreds.
Okay, well, what do you think?
Now, it's not terrible. It's not the worst. Um, it's just not my favorite. And like there's bits and pieces like you said, like the panty, it's just unfinished. I'm gonna say hit it and quit it. With a little bit more cinch, with a panty or covering that bits and pieces and a little bit more purposeful embellishments, I would have said good pussy. Um, but it's hit it and quit it for me.
Cute. Well, next up we have Arietti, and she is in this two-piece light blue costume that's like ombre to like light pink shreds. And there's parts to this that I like. Like I definitely like that it's two-piece. I just wish, honestly, the one thing that I go to is different hair. I wish
Mm.
she would have done different hair. I like that she's showing her legs. The legs look glistening. Um, I I honestly don't mind the glasses. I think it's just the hair for me.
To me, like I think of Arietti as she's like an elf. That's
Yeah,
what her drag is. She always has the elf ears. So I'm thinking, okay, bitch, in the world of an elf, what would like a pop star elf wear, like a cool elf girl wear out to the club? This
yeah,
is it.
yeah,
This is it. And she would have that kind of hair.
yeah,
Now, could it be better with better hair? Probably. But bitch, I don't give a fuck. To
yeah.
get
I'm with her.
to get this ombre with spray paint is hard. To get this design concept with whatever fucking material she used, I think she said she used uh hot glue and wire or something to get all those little squiggly things.
Girl,
Girl,
it's fierce.
this was time consuming. This she fucking ate these fucking bitches up left and right during this challenge. Every single one of them, bitch. I would not want to do a challenge like this against Arietti.
Me either, because she's so fierce and she's
She's
very, you can tell she's quick with how she thinks. She's like, I already know what I'm doing.
There's
Like,
very few girls from RuPaul's Drag Race that I think could legitimately beat me in a design challenge like something super creative. She's
yeah,
one of those girls. She's one
she's
of those
very
girls.
creative.
Yeah.
The only thing, like I said, was just the hair for me. So all in all, it's still a good pussy. I don't think I would give it great pussy just because it is a little awkwardly like the silhouette is a little awkward, but it is fierce. Like it's different. This is something that I don't feel like I've never seen before on Drag Race.
I give it great pussy. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
This is immaculate. It's fierce. I would wear it. It's an elven pop star going, to the Met Gala in the
In the
ocean.
Atlantica, honey.
I live. Arietti, you showed your ass this week, and I live. So I live for this. Great pussy. Yes.
Yes, I live for this. Well, speaking of I live, do you live for this next look? Susie, there we go. Did I
Uh-huh.
say
You,
Lydia
you
again?
almost forgot.
Girl. Well, what do you think of this look?
I hate it. I hate this look, girl. I do not live for this bitch. This is awful. This needs to be this definitely came from that
Listen, this airplane that she flew needs to crash and burn.
girl. It did. It did, girl. That Malaysian flight, bitch.
Stop!
And they never found that
Hey!
shit, bitch. This needs to be sank in the middle of the ocean, bitch. Okay?
Girl, and never found. No
Never
survivors.
found, honey. Never. Don't dig it up, sweetie.
I
Don't dig it
know.
up. This is
Stay in the
awful.
ocean with the rest of the sea creatures.
This is probably one of the worst outfits of the night. And the fact that she's like skipping down the runway, like her Susie Toot ass, Broadway girl. Girl,
Like,
this is awful. Bad pussy bitch. I hate this look. Susie, I hope you're watching this, and I hate this look. And if she's not watching this, somebody clip this and send it to her. I hate this look.
well, bitch, I agree.
Actually, you know what? I ain't giving this a bad. This we haven't done these in a while. A lawnmower, pussy bitch. This is a lawnmower, honey.
Yes, honey. The blade to the plane, honey, had tore this costume all up, bitch. So, lawnmower pussy. I'm glad you said that because, girl, I was trying to go easy on her, but when I was in my living room watching this, I said, "Girl, what the fuck is really going on this
Girl,
day?"
I was easy on her the first two looks. I gave her good critiques for the first two looks. This one was terrible. I am fair.
Well, we'll see how you feel about this next look. Corey, Corey King. Girl, I almost called her Corey Collins.
Well, after they get married.
Girl. So next up we have Corey King, and it looks like she's taken like the ropes to like tying, you know how they tie the boats to the you know what I'm talking about. For me, I'll give you my opinion. I don't really care for it. It's not bad.
It's not.
It's it's not like terrible, I should say.
It's not
Well, what's bad about it?
everything.
Don't like
The
that.
only good thing is she glued the rope in
That's what I'm saying.
symmetrical.
Like, I think that's why I'm looking at it is like she did glue it in a symmetrical way. So I can't be mad at that. But I'm still like when
You
I
gonna
would
be okay. You can't be mad at the most basic possible thing you could do.
I am mad at it. Now that you think of that.
The most basic possible thing you could do is hot glue something in a
To
straight line.
it literally looks like you know what? She probably glued this to a corset.
Of course she did. What you mean?
Girl, I don't like the hair with it. The thing too about her is that she wears such questionable wigs.
Girl, what is this?
And why does she
What
wear
is this
blonde,
blue
blonde, blonde,
rosebud?
blonde hair?
This blue rosebud and this thing on the arm and the thing on the other arm and it's
Girl.
frayed. Girl, Miss Thing. I'm gonna give a positive. I like her makeup. And you know what? She just better be glad that we judged Susie Toot right before this because this was gonna be a lawnmower. But I'm gonna give it a bad pussy just because Susie's was even worse.
Girl. Let's say bad pussy. I mean, there is a lot going on for sure. I don't like the hairline either. I don't get the random customized ventilated pieces. No, ma'am.
You love to do that.
Yeah, but I feel like it's got to be intentional. You know what I mean?
Well,
Like,
girl, there ain't nothing intentional with Corey King, honey. She, as Sam said, girl, I thought you were funny, but you can't do
funny
that,
looking
and you ain't a look queen either. So what do you do?
part. And girl, Miss Trinity the Tuck, honey, she is saying if she's saying it, it's
But
time to
I will
believe.
tell you this: I really do. I do live for Corey. Like outside of Drag Race, she's
Oh,
a
I do
funny
too.
bitch.
I've
She's a funny
messaged her.
bitch.
I told her, I said, girl, I live for your humor. The shit is
I
funny.
really do like her. Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, let's stop tearing this bitch to shreds. Next up, we have Acacia Forgot. And this is, I mean, girl, the joke does not, it just keeps landing. I want to forget this look. It
I
was,
don't think it's that bad.
I didn't like it. I really did not. I think what I did not like was exactly what the judges said. She was taking all those metal things and just putting it all over the place. It's just edit a little bit.
I don't mind it. I don't mind it. It's not the best thing ever, but I don't mind it. I think construction wise, it's not made bad. I embellishment wise, girl, this is a very go-to drag thing to do. Matchy, 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 matchy. I don't mind it. I don't mind
Yeah.
it. It's
I
it's
don't think it's bad.
recyclables.
I'm gonna say hit it and quit it because it's not bad. It's just for me, it just there's something going on with it. I don't even like the hair. The hair makes her look old lady.
I just feel like she was unfairly put into the bottom because her first two looks were good and this was not that bad.
Yeah, I don't. I agree.
I think the only person that really kind of deserved to be in the bottom was Lana. Um, but
Well, we'll
anyway,
get to that. We'll get to
yeah,
that.
we'll get to that. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I totally agree. Like it's not terrible. It's just it's a lack of like we said earlier, like it's all about knowing and we're knowing how to embellish something. We're looking for someone who has an eye.
Yeah.
And
Like you
it's
said, edit.
yeah.
I
But
say hit it and quit it as well.
yeah. So next up we have Lexi Love. And she's in the iconic tarp that she has been going crazy over. And for me, I thought that, like you said, it was literally just a circle skirt. She didn't even cut it into
Well,
a
there wasn't
square.
even a circle. It was
Yeah,
literally the tarp with a hole in it.
she literally cut a hole into the tarp and used it as almost like a circle skirt. I get the vibe she's going for and the theme. Like she's going for very like that 60s, 70s, not 60s, 70s, disco diva, but all in all, it's just the embellishment to it. It's not like 100 for me. So I'm gonna say hit it and quit it.
Yeah, overall, I liked the flow of it when she walked. It was pretty how it flowed, but this is a design challenge and there's not much design to it.
Yeah,
That's where I'm judging this from. And the hair is kind of a cool juxtaposition because like the bottom is so big and the hair is so big, so it kind of like balances out. I don't love the hair, but it's not the worst. It's
yeah, it's
definitely not
not
the best. I'm gonna say hit it and quit it as well.
fabulous, fabulous. Next up, we have Hormona Lisa, and she is in this big hipped tutu. It's like a tutu skirt, kinda. It's very on brand for her. What do you
Mhm.
think?
This is the only look from her that I was disappointed in. Because she is a seamstress and like the hem is uneven. This little embellishment thing that goes across her is kind of like crafty looking. And for her to be a seamstress, it should have been very finished. It doesn't look bad. It's just for her being a seamstress, I was expecting better quality. Um, it's still not that bad. I still stand by what I'm saying. Like, was her package for this episode a little boring? Yes. But was it bottom worthy? I
No,
don't
it
know.
was polished. It was pretty
I,
polished
I
for the most part.
I say hit it and quit it.
I agree. Hit it and quit it for me too. I wish that she probably would have done some hair that was like asymmetrical to the other shoulder and probably taken some of those little like green things and glued them into her hair. So it kind of gave that asymmetrical vibe. And it probably would have made more sense for me because even the bow is on one side of her hip. But all in all, hit it and quit it.
Yeah. Up next we have Lana Geray, and she made this blue, it looks almost like denim-ish mini dress with like a netting skirt, and it has all these things on it. Oh, girl, my light. This
Girl, she's
this
like
this
telling us we need to
this
call it.
episode is so long, girl. She said, "I'm sorry, I could only do so much, sweetie." She had to
That's what I'm
recharge,
saying. She said, girl, clock out.
but I still look good. Um, I'll give my opinion on this. I don't like this. I feel like she made the most simple dress. Everything from her, and again, I love this queen. Everything from her is she's trying to be too fashion rather than giving us a moment. I just I don't think it's that great. I don't think it's that good. I don't like it. I think she looks beautiful. Again, you can never come for her mug, honey. Um, her legs look beautiful. Her skin is glowing. This dress is not it. Bad pussy.
Oh, damn. I mean, I agree with everything you said. So, I'm just gonna we're gonna keep it cut and short, honey. Bad pussy.
Yeah. Who was your favorite look and who was your least favorite look?
My favorite look of this was probably Jules.
My favorite was Arietti, hands down.
Love it. Who was your
Who was
worst?
your least?
Mine was probably Corey's.
Mine was definitely Miss Susie Toots, honey. Oof, oof. Ate up,
I mean,
honey.
it still looked well constructed at least. So
Girl,
Corey's,
that was a corset she glued some bullshit to. She didn't construct nothing. Hot glue, sweetie. Hot glue.
yeah, I mean, they were both terrible. There's so
Uh-uh. They were both terrible, honey. Hand in hand, sweetie.
many.
Hand in hand, sweetie. All right. Well, girl, this has been a long episode, so
It's
let's
a
move
lot when
along.
we have to judge like th three looks per person. It's a
I
lot.
know, I know. Let's move along quickly to um who was your winner of the episode overall?
So it was very neck and neck. It was between Arietti and Jules.
I don't think it was neck and neck at all. To me, it was 100% Arietti. Jules should have been in the top three for
Yeah,
sure.
that's what I mean. I feel like they were the top there, but definitely when I look at because when you break down also what Arietti was so good with the blue look, the lionfish, and then the other everything was just so seamless. It literally looked like a fashion runway.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was
Now, who is your bottom two?
my bottom two was it was between Hormona, Acacia, and Lana. That's I couldn't choose.
For me, my bottom two was Lana and Corey. We find out the actual winner is Arietti, and we find out the bottom two is actually Lana and Hormona. They lip sync to get him back, and Lana wins, and Hormona goes home. There's no more Badunkadunk Tank. I will tell you, I loved the fact that we got to see Lana lip sync. I liked this lip sync with her. I thought Harmona did pretty good for herself as well, but I
Just gave
think,
me like she was defeated.
yeah, but I think Lana for sure won the lip sync. So
Yeah.
I'm hoping that this lights a fire under her because she's been kind of safe coasting through this whole competition. So I'm hoping that this boosts her for the next week. Quickly, I don't really have too much with Untucked. Other than Lana being upset that she was complaining about being safe and getting no critique from the judges, and then now that she's in the bottom and she got critique, she wishes she was safe. Girl, the story of these girls' lives, honey. I totally get it. After this episode, this is now 6 episodes in. Who do you think is going to win?
Oh no, girl. Because for me, just based on this, I think Arietti. But I
Even
also,
though she's been in the bottom a lot, she's been
yeah,
in the
but
bottom twice.
there has been stories where people have been in the bottom and gone home and came back and made it far.
I feel like after this episode, we really got to see the ones that were high struggle some, and some of the other ones kind of go above. So we're kind of now in a weird position where I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
know. Um, I'm still gonna base it off of who's done good so far, and I'm gonna say I'm sticking with Anya for now. But the fact that Sam has won an episode and she was in the top three this week, and Jules was in the top 1 week and then did really good this week. She might, if she can continue to rise, maybe. That's a little bias. Um, Lexi won her first episode, but now she's kind of coasting.
Kind of coasting,
So
yeah.
I'm needing Lexi to like break through again. And then obviously Susie, other than the outfit she made, the first two looks were good. So those are my I know that's a lot of people, but it's
It
kind of like
is. I'm
it's
sitting
kind
here
of
like, well, damn, bitch, who's gonna win?
yeah, because I don't know. It's kind of all. I'm gonna stick with Anya for now.
Yeah. We are team Anya, honey. She's not getting on our nerves.
Yeah. So, thank you so much for watching. Make sure that you subscribe, like, and comment. If you want a chance to win a merch package worth over $1,000, you're going to get merch from every single one of the season 17 girls, including merch from myself, merch from Chantel, a custom glitter bomb wig, like one I'm wearing or one that Chantel's wearing, and maybe a few other surprises. All you have to do is subscribe, like, and comment on all of our reviews, and go follow Chantel at all of her
Girl, the
socials.
wine is getting to you, bitch.
No, no, no. Yes, it is a little bit. All of her socials at Chantel Sparkles, me on TikTok, Trinity the Talk, and Glitter Bomb Wigs on Instagram. And until next time, go have some wine.